more than skill and speed. It's sweat and scars and hunger's need. No retreat, no easy win, only glory carved in sand. VVHL, let's drop the puck! Let's drop the puck!
We are here for a very, very exciting week 8. I am EA Superhero, and I manage this week 8. And right now I'm riding solo, but don't run away, don't leave. Like I said, it's week 8. We got too much going on, too many exciting games, too much on the line right now. With this being week 8, we have a multitude of teams trying to find their place within the playoffs. Not only the seeding itself, but who's going to actually wind up achieving that 8th spot. We've got a few different teams that are really fighting each other right now for that spot. As you can just see there was 3 different teams that are fighting for that 8th and final spot. So what we're going to do today, right before we get into these games, we're going to give you the lay of the land, and then after we do that, what we'll do is we'll go over the quad box lineup that we have. Very much looking forward to a lot of these games, and we're going to see which teams really need to make their mark. But right now in the standings, we have number 1 team is going to be the Tampa Bay Tribe. The second team is the Blue Dragons. The third team is the South Beach Snipers. Now, those 3 teams, there's only 3 points separating the first to the third. So even the top 3 teams are battling it out right now. In tied for 4th is Sewer Kings and Hangry Moose at 84 points. Then we have the Lost Boys at 6th, and only 2 points behind them is the Slicers. And then looks like a 3-way tie for the Degenerates, Flying Dutchman, and Bravehearts, all at 56 points. So we are looking at a lot of teams that are fighting, not, like I said, not only to find their place within the playoffs, but 3 teams are tied for 8th right now. So we really need to see between those 3 of Degenerates, Flying Dutchman, and Bravehearts, which one's really going to make that difference. Obviously, and then rounding out everybody is the Angry Birds, Hemingtown Huskies, Portage Money Shots, and Philly Cheesecake. So as far as our lineup for tonight, we are looking at 4 games that we're going to follow. We're going to go quad box all the way through. Why? Because, quite frankly, we have to. There's too much happening, too much going on, too much that's important to watch. So as far as the first few games that we're going to be following, it's going to be the Hangry Moose versus the Slicers, which is going to be an offensive onslaught, at least it's expected to be. The Snipers versus the Flying Dutchman, Tampa Bay Tribe versus the Degenerates, and then the Blue Dragons versus the Bravehearts. Now, let's backtrack 1 second here. We just said the Dutchmen, the Degenerates, and the Bravehearts are 3 teams vying for a spot, and their reward for doing that in the Game 1 slots is having to go against the Snipers, Tribe, and Blue Dragons respectively. So those 3 teams trying to get into the playoffs are battling the top 3 teams in the entire VVHL. So not going to be an easy battle in any way, shape, or form. But I got to be honest, those are going to be exciting games. It's not going to be easy for any of those teams. But that Hangry Moose Slicers game is expected to be a very high-scoring matchup. But we always get into that trap because when you have those teams that are expected to be so great, then you have to realize and take into account this is the team and the Slicers that have the wool tunic, not exactly the easiest person to get the puck past. And then you look at the Hangry Moose, and we're not quite sure who's going to be in net tonight, but Highborn Pigeon or even Diesel are 2 quality goalies that we're going to have to really take into consideration. And the opposite for the Slicers, if it's not wool tunic, is Mo. So those are 4 quality goalies that can really put up a lot of challenge. And then we obviously have some great defensemen in there as well, with Hatfield, with Buck for the Slicers, and then Jean Gameboy is really very talented, obviously, on the defensive side. for the Hangry Moose. So that first slot of games definitely going to be very, very entertaining. A lot of offense that we're expecting, but we'll see if the defense can really step up and make a real difference in that slot of games. In the game 2 slot, we are going to be following along with the Angry Birds and the Sewer Kings. We're going to be looking at the Lost Boys and Tampa Bay Tribe. We're going to be following the Bravehearts, Hangry Moose, and then lastly is going to be the Flying Dutchman and Degenerates. Based on what we talked about in the standings, we are absolutely keeping an eye on that Degenerates Flying Dutchman matchup. Those are two teams we know right now that have to play at their highest level, have to walk away from this game with a win. So I expect both of those teams to be playing at the highest level we possibly can. And spoiler alert, if I'm here all alone right now, that means we're going to see have a Shawnahue sighting. And the Degenerates are probably going to be relying upon a lot of what they've had to recently, or not recently, but have the entire season. And that's a lot of getting the puck to go their way, really challenging a lot of passes, and that's what we've seen. And this is a team with 3 of the top 5 players in the league in deflections are on this team. So that is something I'm sure that the Degenerates are going to be looking at and hoping for. Not to mention the fact that Boss Games, since they've had his addition, that he has really just gone off, been great at the face-off, but also great at scoring goals and just getting points in general. And then John Hancock has been playing incredible this year, first in team rating. So somebody that absolutely is doing a lot of little things to make sure that the entirety of the team on offense and defense is having a high level of success. And then against them is the Flying Dutchman. Like I said, and Stefano is having an incredible season, really one of the more talented all-around players, shown off by his fourth in offensive rating, first in defensive rating. He's 4th in successful pass percentage, and 12th in takeaways. So you're looking at somebody that really makes a lot of differences. The Furious, also another player who knows how to pass the puck, knows how to win those face-offs, and Booyah Achieved has done a great job. As also being a great passer. So this is a team full of people that can really generate offense and make the next player really elevate in a high level way. But their defense is also strong, like I said already, with the way that Stefano plays. But you also have Meinhardt, excuse me. You also have Ed Manning. You also have great goalies and someone like Aviator as well. So with that being said, we do have to also keep in mind, as we talked about, it's 2 of the 3 teams we're going to be following, and the Bravehearts night doesn't get any easier because they're facing off the Hangry Moose in this allotment of the schedule. And then we go to the 3rd slot of games, and we are looking at following the Lost Boys versus Slicers, the Hangry Moose versus the Tribe, the Flying Dutchman versus the Blue Dragons, and the Degenerates versus the Bravehearts. So again, we're looking at I would say that we're getting very lucky. Last week of the season and the 3rd slot of games on our last Tuesday night of the season is jam-packed with high-quality matchups. You already have Bravehearts, Degenerates. We know they're tied going into this. This is going to be another big game for them to really make a difference, really claim their spot in the playoffs. The Lost Boys versus the Slicers. This is one, obviously. I have been guilty of leaning towards the Lost Boys this season, but they have played very well. They're still locked in to a 2-point lead over the Slicers right now. So knowing both of these teams and seeing how well a lot of the players are playing, I mean, we know Hoagie's going to bring it. We know that no matter what kind of lineup the Slicers bring, they bring a lot of comfort. That's the only team who's made it throughout the entirety of this season without having a trade occur. So that is a team that is probably the most comfortable with one another, the one that really passes probably very effectively, more than most teams in the league, just because of how comfortable they are. But there are so many well-rounded players on that team. So can't really look at that roster in any way, shape, or form and go, yeah, they really need this or need that. And yes, I know that they're sitting in 7th, but this is prime Hoagie time. Hoagie turns things on at the end of the season, and right now I feel like he's playing a game of possum, because he doesn't matter where he's lined up. No one wants to see Hoagie in the playoffs, and especially with the team that he has this season. But on the other side of it, you have the Lost Boys, and the Lost Boys are a team where you have the one ISO as the GM, Super Mariota. They put together a great team this year. Mowski has played insane, proving that he was worthy of that 6th overall pick. First in assists, tied for 9th in points, tied for second in successful passes per game, 6th in interceptions, and then 9th in takeaways. So again, a very well-rounded player and somebody that can make you pay in a lot of different ways. It's Aquino has been great in goal, good addition to the team. Another former first rounder, but a good addition nonetheless. And then you also have so many other talented players like Nate Farms and Rifle Drum, Psycho Clown. Crazy has been a wonderful addition to that team. So this is a team that made a few moves, and each move that they've made has seemingly been the right move for them. And they're going to need as much comfort as they can get against a team like the Slicers. Along with the 2 other matchups that we've mentioned, we also have what is expected to be another high volume, high offensive battle between the Tribe and the Moose. Now, for the Tribe, I mean, there's not really a player you can look at on their roster who hasn't somehow or some way made some sort of achievement or isn't somewhere on the top half of the statistics. You're looking at JG, 3rd in assist, 5th in successful pass percentage, and 4th in successful passes per game, 5th in interceptions, and 3rd in takeaways. Mikey PT's 3rd overall in offensive rating, and it's even more impressive considering he's the only one, if I'm not mistaken, in the offensive rating category in that top 3 that's over 20 games, at 24 games specifically. He's also tied for 10th in assists and 8th in points and 8th in face-off win percentage. So Mikey's somebody who can distribute and get offense moving quickly. So there is no real doubt about the talent that team has, but I would be remiss to not bring up the fact that Yo-Yo Hockey is working his way to a Vezina. I mean, you can't really argue that. He's first in goals allowed average and save percentage and GWAR right now, and he's the only one right now with an under 4 goals allowed average. So it's hard to argue that Yo-Yo's not having the best goalie season. But again, we've already talked a little bit about the Hangry Moose, but how can I get through an early description of these games without talking about Crave Dog, one of the most electric offensive players in the league, and also really bringing it this season with the disruption that he's creating with the being first in interception, 6th in takeaways, and then Mayer's right behind him. When they're on the ice together, they flow so well together, and they really play a high level of offensive hockey. But again, they're not shy in any way, shape, or form of also making a difference in really disrupting the passing and disrupting through hits. It really doesn't matter what it is. They're 2 players went on the ice together. It just goes to show how well Squad, Lem, and Truck did to put together a really high quality team. And along with them, like we mentioned earlier, is someone like John Gameboy and Psycho Pat. Apologies there. I'm sure I butchered your name. But regardless, it does look like we are lucky enough to have some hockey kicking off here. Looks like we got the Dutchmen going against the Snipers as we await the other teams to get things kicked off as well. But I don't know about you all. I am very much looking forward to the hockey games we're going to be watching tonight. Now, I'm no Shawnahue. I'll admit that up front, but I'll do my best to try to keep us on this play-by-play, up to date on this play-by-play. And as soon as my reload works, we're on. Right now, my internet's being very special, so I apologize. There we go. All right, getting things kicked off. The Snipers working on the offensive end. Looks like we got the Slicers about to drop puck. Tampa Bay and Degenerates and the Dragons and Bravehearts are on. So we are full go here. And the first goal of the night goes to Stefano. Big Yoda's not far behind, getting a goal for the Tribe. And the Slicers, Swoley Mammoth doing a great job there to finish off that pass. Goal there for the Degenerates by Marky Mark, tying things up. Looks like I missed the Dutchman's first goal. And they are going to want to absolutely get as much advantage as they can on that scoreboard against the Snipers, considering we know how quickly the Snipers can turn things around. And there we go. Talk long enough and it'll happen. Mewtwo with a quick goal. Mewtwo's another player having a great season. Swoley Mammoth with another goal. Player I didn't give enough credit to in the pregame conversation, but definitely is one of those players that's been playing at a high level with the Slicers. We had an early lag out here for the Dragons and Bravehearts. All right, we got Crave Dog with the first penalty shot of the evening. Finishing it off as Crave Dog does. Probably one of one in players you don't want to face in a penalty shot. Got another penalty shot here going for the Snipers. And a great job there. Good patience by the Dutchman's goalie. Big Yotis doesn't need Shawnee this evening, making any commentary about him. Big Yotis doing it all on his own. Got the Slicers pushing forward, but an offside's going to reset. Stefano making a charge again. Can't quite get past Snipers defense. But Snipers have a 2-on-none situation here. And not much you can do. Caustic, arguably the MB3 front runner this season. Just the way that Caustic has played has been absolutely insane. He's one of 3 in the 20-win club as far as records go. 5th in overall defensive rating, 1st in goals and points, 2nd in shot percentage and takeaways. And he's done, and really that shot percentage number is extremely impressive considering the fact that he's done that in 27 games. He's still able to maintain such a high rating. Not much separation in any of the games we're seeing right now. Crave Dog trying to make something happen, but Hoagie is not giving him any space to work. We've got Shawnee charging. And Mikey PT able to assist there and make sure that his goalie doesn't suffer another goal in net. But speaking of goals, we got one there for the Snipers. And Mikey PT, speak his name and he will score. Finishing off that drive there. So quickly 2 games jumping to 3-1. We got the Snipers and Dutchman at 3-1, and the Tribe and the Degenerates at 3-1. And looks like we are following suit here in the Hangry Moose Slicers game. Oh, excuse me, they tied it up. Stefano starting strong for the Dutchmen, and they are going to need it. Not only to bridge this gap back to 3 goals, but just to stick with this team that is currently ranked top 3 in the standings. Pass to Shawnee, and Wax does a great job to block him. Got the commentary on commentary crime happening there. We got 2 games under 1 minute left. See if any offense can get generated in these last few seconds. Stefano tried to make it a hat trick in the first. So we got an end of a period here for Degenerates versus the Tribe at Tribe 3 and Degenerates 1. And then we have the Snipers at 3 and the Flying Dutchman at 2. So still very close. We got just about 3 minutes left for this Hanger Moose Slicers game. Proving to be a good balance of offensive firepower and defensive play. So has not disappointed thus far. John Gameboy with a chance to make something happen. Great pass, but even better goaltending there. Dog able to regain possession, under a minute left, and he makes it happen all on his own. Gets the takeaway and drives it in. Didn't even have to do much dancing to get there, and we all know how Crave Dog loves to dance. All right, we got the second period kicking off here for the Tribe Degenerates and for the Slicers Dutchmen. Donahue making quick work, passing it back to Marky Mark. Couldn't make something happen, but he maintains possession, despite Wax being a pain in the keister, as he is wont to do. For period's going to end there for the Hanger Moose and Slicers. Hanger Moose up 4, Slicers at 2. Zephyrius pushing, passes back to Stefano. Stefano trying to make something happen from range, didn't quite happen. We got a very aggressive offensive push and a sneaky goal by Caustic there, adding to his success rate in shooting. I think we're still having some problems here for the Bravehearts game. Donahue just getting delivered a beautiful pass and able to finish on an open side of the net. Great score there. Gutierrez passes up to Stefano for the Dutchman. Couldn't quite hold on to it, so we got a reset here, and the Snipers are going to take it in their offensive zone. Gutierrez doing a great job of trying to slow down any offensive momentum. Great goalie play there for the Flying Dutchman. Didn't get caught on that one-timer. Something's going on in that Hangry Moose Slicers game. We're going to have a reset there for the Tribe Degenerate. Got a frozen puck. My goodness, the Flying Dutchman having a time of it right now, trying to get the possession away from the Snipers. We're going to reset there with another frozen puck. Mikey PT passing to Big Otis. Otis back to Mikey PT, but a great job defensively there. And we got Shawnahue on the run, and he's able to finish. Saw a aggressive move by the goalie there, trying to make a first move, but Shawnahue able to be patient and just face that puck right behind him. And the Dutchman just trying to do anything to get that puck away, and even the passing that they're doing is just having so much fight given the Sniper's ability to disrupt. But it looks like we're going to just get some spacing here. No, Zephyrius refuses. Doesn't matter if he's low on energy, he's still going to keep pushing. Back in the possession of the snipers, trying to make something happen. Good disruption there by the Dutchman. Got a tie game here for the Tribe versus the Degenerates. Looks like we are back in play here for the Bravehearts and the Blue Dragons. Mikey PT with a great pass to Biggie Otis makes the goalie pay all of the attention to Mikey PT, and a quick pass to Otis. The worst enemy of a goalie is great passing. Great job there again by the snipers to disrupt that offensive possession. All right, for those just joining us, that Angry Moose Slicers game is technically in the second period. Angry Moose up 4, Slicers, at 4, and the Slicers at 2. So we got a two-goal game there. And looks like Stefano is able to get the hat trick there for this Flying Dutchman. Had all 3 goals for that team. Wax trying to make something happen from range here, create some separation in the score, but no success there. Limited time left, and the Furious can't make anything happen, so we're going to head to the third period, looks like, for the Flying Dutchman versus the Snipers. Bogey over to Buck. Can't make something happen. Brave up to Jean Gameboy for the Hangry Moose. Had to pause there for a second to avoid an offsides. Good disruption there for the Slicers on finish. Errant pass. Got a goal for Wax. Wax always does a great job of finishing up any open opportunities. Goal for the Slicers there. Closing the lead that the Hangry Moose have, just down to 1 goal. Got just about a minute and a half left for the Degenerates and Tampa Bay Tribe in the second period, trying to make something happen. Are the Tribe create more separation, maybe 3 goals. Biggie doing as Shawnee would put a dipsy doodling, and that errant pass can't get the doodle to lead to a goal. Stopped by Marky Mark, goes wide. Not Luigi, tries to pass it to Marky Mark, doesn't quite work, but does extra effort diving to try to block a pass. And a goal there by Caustic. Caustic just really on one tonight, and throughout the season has been. Looks like he has his hat trick of the evening so far. First hat trick of the evening, which is expected to be followed up by others. Going to push by the Hangry Moose here. Good pass, good shot, but can't quite get it past. Another shot, another save for the Slicers. Oh. Buck Neeson saying no sir to Grave Dog. John Gameboy able to gather possession, but we have an offside here, unfortunately. Caustic again with a goal for the Snipers. The one-man band right now, obviously, he's getting some great passes here and there, but Caustic is doing a great job of finishing. Looks like we're having a few more issues there in the Bravehearts Blue Dragons game. Third period kicking off now for Tampa Bay versus the Dutchman. The Degenerates. U2 with a goal for the Snipers. Not Luigi getting on the board there. We have ourselves a tie game for the Slicers. Holy Mammoth, I believe that puts them at a hat trick based on the scores we've had so far. It'll be 4-4 officially, despite what the scoreboard might show. And what we're seeing right now in that Snipers game is their offensive pressure and ability to disrupt that offensive flow for the Flying Dutchman has been on point tonight, and Snipers showing why they're one of the top 3 teams in the league, and if they keep playing like this, they may be able to inch themselves up into that first or second spot. But I know the Tribe and the Dragons are not going to make that easy. And the Slicer's able to take the lead on the back of a Hoagie goal. I guess the goal could be Holy if that is your choice. Hoagie on a run again. John Gameboy try to cut him off and block the pass, and he does to Buck Neeson. Although Slicer's able to maintain. Great pass there by Hoagie and great finish by Buck. And that puts the Slicers up by 2. Again, despite the score that as it represents, it is 6-4. Slicers versus Angry Moose. We got some offensive push happening right now for the Degenerates in a 1-goal game against the Tribe. It would be a huge win for them. They're able to pull that off. Make something happen here in the 3rd period. Great block by Marky Mark, able to push against Wax and can't get the finish, but maintains possession. Don't think we've had a goal just yet in the Dragons Braveheart game and the few lag outs that we've had. The action has not been disappointing in one way, shape, or form. Everybody is pushing, and they are not making it easy on the other team that they're facing. No matter the score right now. Wax and Shawnee, who have been going at each other time and time again in this game. Right now, fortunate pass, but a pass up to Biggie Otis, and Otis is able to finish, creating a little bit more separation between the Degenerates and the Tampa Bay Tribe. 2-goal game now at this point. Flying Dutchman not stopping their offensive push. They are 5 goals down, need a lot to happen here in this last minute and a half, but they are pushing without any hesitation. Stefano trying to work his way through, passes it back. Shot from range, can't succeed, but we've got the Snipers with the puck back in possession. Great stop there by Dutchman goalie, but no rest for the weary. Looks like we have our first goal, if I'm not mistaken, in that Bravehearts Blue Dragons game. Big goal for them right now. Degenerates pushing the slow right now offensively against the Tribe. They're going to have to reset as the puck goes beyond the blue line into the neutral zone, and we are back all in the offensive push. I guess I pushed like 17 times in the last minute, so my apologies. Ooh, penalty shot for Shawnee here. You can't finish the shot, unfortunately, for that penalty shot, but we also had a penalty shot in the Snipers game. a little bit greater success, it seems like. And it looks like it's going to be a wrap up here in the last 20 seconds as the snipers are going to be able to finish against the Flying Dutchman, 10-3. 2.5 minutes, just under now, for Tampa Bay against the Degenerates. And the Slicers are up right now 7-4 against the Hanger Moose. Another big win. If they're able to finish, as of right now, it is in the third period, not the second. They did play a full first period before they had a lag out issue. Degenerates trying to make something happen here in the last minute. Donahue tried to pass it to not Luigi, but now we got Biggie Otis running rampant all over again. A good stop there for the Degenerates, trying desperately to put, I almost said it again, to drive the offense back to their end and get a couple goals in the limited time they have left. Got a penalty shot coming. And that's going to be for Biggie Otis, who's having himself a very big game for the Tribe. Looks like we got ourselves through the first period there for the Dragons and the Bravehearts. Bravehearts up 1-0, if I'm not mistaken. Just over 10.5 minutes left in the game for Hanger Moose versus the Slicers. Again, that score is 7-4. Biggie Otis over to Mikey PT for the finish. It's going to put a very sizable margin here with very limited time left, under 20 seconds, and it looks like the Tribe are going to be taking that one. Slicers able to get another goal. And we're going to have a penalty shot here for the Slicers. Dropping the puck for second period are the Bravehearts and the Dragons. Dragons looking to not give up a game against a team that desperately needs it right now, especially with the Degenerates falling to the Tribe. And the Dutchman falling to the Snipers. So this game becomes even more critical for the Bravehearts to try to create some separation in the standings, as we have those three teams tied at 56 points coming into this first slate of games. Oh, Jean Game Boy fires one from range, and Crave Dog's able to clean up the trash. Not going away easy are the Hanger Moose. Hoagie able to create another offensive opportunity there for a goal through that delayed penalty and finishes strong as Hoagie tends to do. Another maybe one of two that you could say you don't want to face in a penalty shot. So that score right now is 9-5 for the Slicers versus Hanger Moose. Kay Dieter with a goal for the Bravehearts. And another goal for the Slicers. Bravehearts with another goal against the Blue Dragons. Great finish there by Maximus for the Sewer Kings. H. Jano making quick work, pushing forward, and finishes the goal. Wow, doing a great job here are the Bravehearts to really take advantage of this game that they needed to put some points on the board. The standings board, and this is what I'm referring to at this point. And one of our highlighted matchups is about to kick off here for the Dutchmen versus the Degenerates. It is even more critical and even more important as both of those teams drop their first game. So these 3 points here that they're hoping to get, if we don't get into overtime, is going to be very critical for whoever takes that win there. Papa Palpatine, great job by stopping that offensive push. Snuck back in there, I guess. Uh, and we got another offensive go for the Bravehearts, but they're not able to do much with it just yet. Going the other way is the Blue Dragons. We're about to wrap things up here for the Sewer Kings and Hibbytown Huskies. Sewer Kings, could argue as expected, are doing pretty well against the Huskies. They have a very, very strong team, but Huskies uh, can't argue with their defensive, or excuse me, their goalie prowess. They have some great goalies on that roster. Coronado, one of the bravest goalies in the league, I would say. Also great at breakaway, or excuse me, penalty shot saves as well. we'll say the Dutchman and Degenerates is going to be a tough one to tell everybody apart. But since we are at the home of the Degenerates, looks like, excuse me, the Dutchmen, I believe that they are in black, and with Shawnee and Marky Mark in white, that is accurate. Looks like the Sewer Kings officially take it against the Emmy-Town Huskies. As we are in the third period, just a little over 17 minutes left for the Dragons and Braveheart. So the Dragons are going to try to do something here to push this game into overtime. If they can get a few goals on the board, but obviously there's some work to do. We are at 1-1 for the Degenerates and Flying Dutchman, and not for long as Stefano pushes one in. I'm just finding ways to use that word even when I don't need to. There you go. Good score there by Stefano, picking up where he left off in the last game. It's Jano with another goal for the Bravehearts, getting his hat trick. Looks like 11 offsides for the Blue Dragons, doing everything they can to get some offense going. Now Luigi trying to make something happen for the Degenerates. Good pass back to point. No finish there. Stefano in a 3-on-1 situation works his way around, but can't sneak one through there. Great save at point blank range for the Degenerates. And we're not seeing the usual lineup for the Dragons out tonight, but still just as impressive for the Bravehearts to be pulling away in the way that they have in this game. But the Dragons are not done. Score there by Seti. Looks like we're about to have a puck drop for the Lost Boys and Tribe. I say that we're not seeing a usual lineup for the Dragons, but Dragons do a good job of mixing up their lineups and still having a lot of success. We're still seeing Seti out there and Ovi out there. Ovi's one of the great successes of this season, especially for the Dragons, obviously. And there you go. Talk long enough, and it will happen. Good score there by Ovi. And through a war of attrition, Fano is able to score again. Dragons. We're just under 10 minutes in this game. Yeah, Hey, can't call it too soon. Seti's going off right now, and this game has quickly turned into a 5-3 game for the Bravehearts. They got to do something to make sure that this defensive bleeding stops a little bit, but it's no easy task against the Blue Dragons. No matter what the first two periods may have been, and they're looking at another offensive rush here, but able to stop it. Looks like Wax is going to try to take it all the way. Can't quite finish. Stopped there by the Lost Boys, didn't that? Dutchman up 2 over the Degenerates. And a very big game for the standings. And Wax showing off his scoring ability and wonderful flexibility. Worked there side of the net and able to drive that puck in from very short range, getting the first goal in the game, not only just for the Tribe, but overall. And Stefano back at it again, another hat trick, or I guess in his case, a rat trick, based on what we're seeing thrown on the ice. In the offensive zone again are the Blue Dragons, moving quick, trying to make something happen, but great job right now. Oh, and we have a dangerous situation, but great job there by Ovi to stop that. They're still going to have a penalty shot for the Bravehearts. Very important. The way that the Blue Dragons have been playing in this third period is gonna require very keen job by Duncan, and does a good job. Just under 2.5 minutes left for the Dragons to try to make something happen here, or for the Bravehearts to hold off. Marky Mark with the score for the Degenerates. Got a puck drop in the Angry Birds versus the Sewer Kings. Sewer Kings on the offensive end early on. Now the Birds trying to make something happen. Wax again with another goal. Nifty work. Great defenseman. I say it all the time, probably the best of 2-and-1s in the league, but Wax can definitely finish and has shown it in a lot of very important games. Just over 30 seconds left. Got an empty net, and for the Dragons, but a delayed penalty. Shawnee with the score for the Degenerates. Blue Dragons. Like Teddy versus Papa. Papa does a great job of making sure that the scores do not get any closer. Oh, brave goaltending save there for the Flying Dutchman, but worth it. Big Yoda's having some success there, looks like. Score for the Sewer Kings. Puts them up 2-0. And another goal for the Bravehearts. Dieter with another goal in the game. K. Dieter. And we have the end of the first period for the Lost Boys versus the Tribe. Penalty shot coming for Stefano and the Flying Dutchman. Now keep in mind this Bravehearts and Dragons game. We see the Bravehearts take the win. This is still their first game of the night. A couple lagouts were able to finally get things together and finish, and that is a massive win for them. As again, the Degenerates and Flying Dutchman both fell in the first period or first slate of games, so that's 3 points of separation for the Bravehearts. Pass back by the Angry Birds doesn't go the way they want. Sewer Kings pushing and finish. Great pass and great finish there by Maximus. I believe that's his second on the game, putting in both goals for the team. Marky Mark putting a score in for the Degenerates, bringing this to a 1-goal game. And the Lost Boys doing a good job to battle back. We got a 2-2 game here against the Tribe. Mikey PT works his way around, gets in for the goal. Tribe now up 3-2 against the Lost Boys. Sewer Kings doing a great job of pulling away from the Angry Birds in the first period, 4-0. Still got 4.5 minutes left. Just want to send a reminder out to everybody. With the KXK shop, we still have that VVHL 15 code. It's good for 15% off for the store. I think that goes through the remainder of the season, but I'm not sure if it's even into the playoffs. So make sure you take advantage of the last week of the season, as we're not sure. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head if that's going to be maintaining, like I said, in the playoffs. So take advantage of the time that you had this rest of this week. And again, that code is VVHL 15 for 15% off. The Furious with a score, playing a very large part in this game and able to help the Flying Dutchman work closer to securing 3 points against the Degenerates. Angry Moose and Bravehearts has dropped puck, and we're a few minutes into the game now. Jano trying to pick up where he left off in the last game. Did a great job on offense against the Dragons. Tampa Bay getting too comfortable in their offensive end, and now Lost Boys trying to push. Crazy with the score. Great addition for the Lost Boys since the trade. Bravehearts able to pick up where they left off. Already up 1-0 on the Angry Moose. Lost Boys trying to slow down the pace in a tightly contested game against the Tribe. I mean, we gotta give credit to all the teams so far. No matter the score, everybody's been playing at a very high level. Getting to see some great close games or games where even if the score is a little uneven, there's a great effort all the way around. Appreciate everybody's effort tonight. Flying Dutchman able to separate again, and now we are up 8-4, or they are up 8-4 against the Degenerates. Offensive drive again for the Dutchman. We're going to take a pause. Frozen puck. Goal for the Angry Birds by Nihilistic Yeti. Nihilistic Yeti, one of the most efficient passers in the league this season, but also good to see him create that finish and with that goal. But to his credit, again, not only successful as a passer, top 10 in defensive rating as well. The Furious with another score. The second intermission closing out for Lost Boys and the Tribe at 3-3. Close game there. Infinite Madness gets in on the fun for the Angry Birds, putting in a goal there. Infinite, just as good as he is on the ice, as he is at creating all of our great graphics. Thanks again for Infinite. Infinite tied for 7th right now in assists, first in successful passes per game, and third in interceptions. So, despite whatever ranking the Angry Birds might be at, they are chock full of talent still. And they're closing that gap a little bit at a time against the Sewer Kings. 1-1 for Bravehearts versus Angry Moose. 6-goal separation there for the Dutchman over the Degenerates, but now we're marking it down to 5 with Marky Mark getting that goal. Great pass, great finish by Biggie Otis there. Not much that the goalie could do for the Lost Boys. Found himself just a little too far out against a great pass and couldn't quite close the gap in order to make sure that net stayed out of the, or excuse me, that puck stayed out of the net. Stefano again with the boo-boo face. And man, it's just unfair on the ice right now. Got 2 minutes left in that Dutchman Generates game. 6-goal separation. Angry Moose had a lead by 1, but Jamac able to make sure that the game gets all tied up. It's like Maximus had another goal there for the Sewer Kings. Tampa Bay able to create early separation in this third period. Getting two goals to kick off. at what was a tied game at 3 as we headed into the third period. 15 minutes left for the Lost Boys to try to get back into it, and that is a great start as Crazy finishes off what is a wonderful pass and finishes strong there. Looks like the Birds are going to be getting a penalty shot here. Crazy again. We got a tie game. Tribe are reeling right now. Came out strong at the beginning of this third period, and now the Lost Boys are suffering no fools. They're doing everything they can to make sure that they do not get pushed any further down in the rankings and maintain where they are. 30 seconds left for the Dutchmen, but it looks like they'll be closing that out with a win. Much needed 3 points there against the Degenerates, trying to claim that spot in the playoffs, that eighth seed. 2-2 for the Bravehearts against the Hanger Moose. And again, a reminder that the Bravehearts were able to get a win against the Dragons in the first slate of games, so they have an advantage right now. And it is now official and in the books. The Dutchman will take the win. Rifle Drum, lover of eggs, gets a goal there and gets the Lost Boys up on the Tribe. Scoop Daddy for the Sewer Kings, the goal. Sewer Kings and Birds headed to the third period. Still got plenty of time left in the second period for the Bravehearts, and Angry Moose tied at 2. And a goal by the Tribe. Biggie Otis got springs on his knees. Love that celebration. They're able to tie it up at 6. 7 minutes for somebody to make a definitive move and try to take control of this game between the Lost Boys and the Tampa Bay Tribe. We have an icing. So we'll reset there. Bravehearts, Angry Moose. Offensive rush, good spin. Over to Nate Farms, can't finish. It regains possession off the boards. Passes it back to Rifle. Rifle tried to make something happen, but wound up passing it to Biggie Otis. Now we got the Tribe. Oh, unable to finish their offensive rush. Rifle. Over to Crazy. Crazy. Having a hard time finishing on the short side of the net. Near offsides, but great job by Wax and team on the Tribe to keep things calm. Tie game here. Uh-oh, we got a rush here for errant pass. Bravehearts looked like they were making something happen. And they are back at it with Jano. Didn't take too long. Good job there by Papa to make sure that offensive possession wasn't for naught. Errant pass for the Hangry Moose. Recovery by the Bravehearts, and they're back at it again. Have the numbers game, a great job weaving there. Jano has possession. Not from range, but got a comfortable goalie, able to immediately pass it back out. Got an icing warning, but it will not happen as Angry Moose are able to make moves and get down to the other end of the ice. Great job by Papa there to freeze the puck. 7-7 are we at that we are at for the Lost Boys versus the Tribe. Just over 20 seconds to go, but in the offensive zone are the Tribe and Mikey PT with a clutch goal, taking this tie game and getting a 1 goal lead, doing everything he needs to do. It's not over. Never over. We've seen some goals at the last under a second, so and we have here Rifle pushing. Can't make a short side goal happen, but see if they can regain possession to the Lost Boys, and they do not, creating separation and avoiding an icing are the Tribe, and they'll take that one. Clutch goal by Mikey PT there. And again, as always, the Tribe with fantastic passing to make every goalie sweat. Prey Dog on his own and able to finish. Never want to see Grave Dog on a one-man rush. And the Hanger Moose able to create a 2 goal separation here. They're going to go for it again, but Bravehearts, Jano in the lead, trying to make something happen here, trying to bridge back. Also got to appreciate the Palpatimu name in net for the Hangry Moose. Buck Neeson getting the slicers on the board. Oh, a little behind. We caught up late in this game. The slicers up 9-5 against Portage. The 7-3 game between the Sewer Kings and Angry Birds. And with just under, it's like 6 or 7 seconds left in the second period, the Hangry Moose up 2, with their score being 4 and the Bravehearts being at 2. Goal there for the Angry Birds. Trying to climb back into this. Three goals is not a comfortable lead, especially in a VVHL third period where magic happens. Errant pass puts the Angry Birds back on the offensive side of things, and great job there to slow things down, freeze the puck, put the Sewer Kings in net. Buck Neeson, gypsy doodle in here, but looks like we'll have a delayed penalty incoming because his pass was trying to hit a teammate, but hard to do when your teammate's on the ice. That's got to be one of the best falls I've seen in this game. Penalty shot. Can't get it past Battle Roarin', who I believe Cosmic Waste to be. Battle Roarin' has faced a lot of high-level offense this season and really stood up to it in a very notable way. Obviously, the slicers being a good indicator of that, doing everything you can, but the way that the slicers move on the ice, it's hard to keep up with them, especially movement plus passing equals a lot of goals, unfortunately, no matter the goalie. Bravehearts, Hangry Moose, just a 1 goal game right now. A lot of offensive pressure, but Angry Moose able to make something happen, get it to the other end of the ice in their offensive zone. Braveheart's not making it easy. What a spin and a finish by Crave Dog. Dipsy doodling in full effect. Right now, the Sewer King's up 2 with just under 20 seconds left. Got an icing call. Angry Bird's going to try to make something happen here, but not going to be an easy task to complete. They are in their offensive zone, so there is a chance to get a quick goal here and make something happen. Sewer Kings get possession. Their way to the offensive end. Good stop there for the Birds, but Cantu is where it counts for Maximus. He's had himself a night for the Sewer Kings. Van Mack with another goal for the Bravehearts, getting that to a 1-goal game. And it is official. Sewer Kings are going to take it against the Angry Birds. Great showing by the Angry Birds, though. All right, we are at 12 minutes, third period. Angry Moose and Bravehearts. Bravehearts trying to continue to work their way into a playoff spot. Able to get a big win against the Blue Dragons, but another win here against the Angry Moose. They have had not an easy start to things. They can make something happen here. That's going to be massive for them and their playoff hopes. Face off in the Bravehearts end. But the Angry Moose are able to grab possession. Quick passes up the ice into their offensive zone, but we have an offside. That was a crafty shot in the slot for the Angry Moose, but not able to finish. We have the Lost Boys versus the Slicers starting now. Kicking off our third slot of games, but we still got finish here that we have to watch closely. Although the Angry Moose are able to create even a little bit more separation, get another goal, put them up by 2, 6-4 against the Bravehearts. Great job by Palpatine to make that save. Gets to take a deep breath after he freezes the puck. Very much needed. Quick score there for the Lost Boys. get one up on the Slicers. Slicers always tend to play better and better as the game goes on, no matter what game of the night it is for them. But Bogey not one again to suffer fools. Gonna score right away to tie that game up. Looks like we're gonna have Portage and Angry Birds kicking off here shortly. And a critical goal there for Jam Mac, able to bring this game to one against the Hangry Moose with looks like about a minute and a half left. Another Lost Boys goal. Oh, the hash score for the Portage money shot. Nihilistic Yeti with a score for the Birds. Angry Moose on the offensive side of things, trying to draw this clock out, see if they can get another goal in. Try to put this game away. Great job by Palpatine and the Bravehearts defense to give no quarter. Goal for the Slicers to tie that one up. 2-2 against the Lost Boys. Good job by Buck Neeson. And there was a close shot, an opportunity there for the Bravehearts. Couldn't quite make it happen, but being in their offensive end, this is exactly where they want to be. Try to get this game tied. Maybe get some bonus hockey out of this matchup that has been very fun to watch. Offside for the Hanger Moose. Can't really blame them. They're probably just doing everything they can to get out of their zone and make sure they don't have to worry about another goal getting scored. But Bravehearts have possession. Gonna have to reset a little bit with just it's like just under 20 seconds left. Good pass back, protecting the puck. Oh, errant pass, unable to get through the trash. We are at just over 10 seconds. In the offensive zone for the Bravehearts. They've got a chance. They've got an opportunity. It's a matter of can they make the most of it. Puck drop. And there's 8 seconds left. And the Hanger Moose are going to run away, try to get one more goal in the last second, and they're going to do so. Crave Dog doing Crave Dog things. And you give the man nothing but time and opportunity and space, he's going to take advantage of it. Great score there by Spoli for the Slicers. You get a penalty shot here for the Angry Birds against Portage. Still in the first here for the Slicers Lost Boys game. Only one goal separates. Portage and Angry Birds seeing another penalty shot here. Great stop there for the Angry Birds in that. Lost Boys taking their time, working that left side of the ice. Can't make something happen with that shot on net. And we're going to reset. Ten minutes left in the first for Portage versus Angry Birds. And a goal there for Nihilistic Yeti. Yet again. Yeti again, if you will. Gonna have the Tribe and the Moose kicking off here soon. And the Bravehearts against the Degenerates. With the Degenerates losing their first two games tonight, it's going to be important for them to try to pick one up against the Bravehearts, who were able to win in the first, but not quite in the second. It's a lot of games, so it's going to be a big game there. Good glove save there for the Angry Birds. Still tied up 2-2 against Portage. And the first period is going to wrap up there for the Slicers against the Lost Boys. 3-2 are the Slicers right now in the lead. All right, Bravehearts Degenerates. Papa Palpatine's been having a great night. Jano, great night. We've seen a lot of different people step up for the Degenerates. We'll see who the critical players are in this final matchup of the night for both teams. Portage getting a goal there, able to win that face-off. Birds are able to get possession, push up the ice, and we have a lost connection. Unfortunate. Lost Boys able to get the possession, but unfortunately errant pass and a quick goal by Marky Mark on Papa Palpatine. Sorry, Palpatine, that one's on me. I'll take blame. I gave you credit. My fault. Papa's still a great goalie, obviously, but I can sometimes be the kiss of death, be a superhero special, if you will. Wraparound attempt there for the Bravehearts goes awry. Great stop by Papa Palpatine for the Bravehearts. Slicer's got a 2-on-1 situation. And Hoagie looks like holds off from the pass and able to just do the work himself. What a goal from range for the Bravehearts by Kay Dieter. Kay Dieter has come in a few different times tonight and really put on some offensive pressure. Done a good job of finishing. Looks like we'll have a penalty shot here for the Slicers. And Hoagie doing what Hoagie does, able to finish off that penalty shot, putting the score at 5-2 against the Lost Boys. Degenerates, Bravehearts, tied up 1-1. Looks like we're about to kick off here for the Tribe versus Hanger Moose, which should be a very exciting game. Launch pass there to get up into the offensive zone for the Bravehearts. Got to reset here as they get back to the neutral zone. Being very, very patient with the puck, doing a great job protecting it. And unfortunate after the numbers game gets to him, Degenerates taking a rush and are able to maintain after a good poke check. Oh, what a sneaky goal there by Marky Mark. Oh, wow. Got so focused on the Hangry Moose and Degenerates and missed the Degenerates and Bravehearts that missed the Hangry Moose goal. But Tampa Bay is making an effort, and they're going to finish that effort and make sure that this game gets tied back up at 1-1. Great job by Wax to finish. Degenerates trying to work around the defense of the Bravehearts, unable to do so. We got a one-on-one situation and a great finish there by Jam Mac, who in these latter portion of these games has been a humongous factor. Been a factor all night, but in these later games, doing a great job. Big Truck getting the score there for the Hanger Moose. Able to make that a 2-1 game. Good glove save there by Papa Palpatine for the Bravehearts. Oh, the great patience there for the Tribe. Try to make something happen. We'll have a delayed penalty for the Tribe happening here. Looks like it's going to be Biggie Otis taking that shot after we finish up that replay. What patience by Biggie Otis. Great job there. Hard for any goalie to maintain that level of patience with somebody like Biggie Otis in the way that he just handled that penalty shot. We're at 2-2 here for the Tribe versus the Hangry Moose. 2-2 as well for the Bravehearts versus Degenerates. And the Slicers have been doing what the Slicers do. The more the games go on, the more the night goes on, they're just playing better and better and better. And coming into this game tonight, these teams were only a couple points separated. The Slicers trying to prove that they're more than just a couple points. Better than these Lost Boys. And another goal by the Slicers. Buck Neeson finishing that one off. Kind of a pick your poison for the Slicers. Yes, we obviously know Hoagie is so talented, but the way this team works together, and again, that comfort level they have because they've been playing together, the same players, same lineups for a lot of the games, game in and game out, so comfortable together. We're still in the second period of that game. At an intermission right now, 2-2 Degenerates and Bravehearts. Just under 8 minutes left here for Tampa Bay Angry Moose. We have an offside. We got a rush going here for the Degenerates, taking their time. Hope check going to disrupt that, and they have somebody on the run, and another finish there by Jam Mac, having himself a game. Lost Boys are on the ropes right now, down 6, trying to make sure they don't head home early in this third game. Angry Moose up 3-2 now. Tribe working on their offensive end, trying to tie this game up. Very patient as Wax, but unable to maintain possession. We'll see if the Angry Moose can get out of their own end, and they can. But there are members of the Tribe swarming. Not enough offensive help for the Angry Moose, so we are back to the Tribe in possession. .30 seconds left in the first. A lot of action in the neutral zone, but we're on the offensive end here for the Angry Moose. And we have a penalty shot incoming for the Angry Moose as we see another goal by Hoagie. And that puts us at a 7-goal deficit, which, if I'm not mistaken, going to call an end to that one. Lost Boys falling there to the Slicers. Great performance by each member of the Slicers, but a good effort put in by the Lost Boys, playing strong all night. Bravehearts up 2 against the Degenerates. Papa playing a very strong game tonight. There's no numbers advantage for the Degenerates here. They're trying to claw back. Just over 10.5 minutes left in the second period. It's like a 9-point game there for Hoagie. But again, looking at that game, everybody's contributing. Another goal for the Bravehearts. 3-goal game there. And Marky Mark with a goal for the Degenerates. Not going away easy. Putting that game at 5-3 for the Bravehearts in the lead. Angry Moose up 2 right now and in possession. Against the Tribe. Wack does a great job cutting that pass off. A little bit too much disruption there for the shot to go away cleanly. Got a frozen puck. Small reset here. Got 2 games in reset with both only separated by 2 goals. Jano trying to make something happen. They've got a poke, and Degenerates are back pushing on offense. Oh, had a great opportunity there. Puck went wide for the Degenerates. Papa's going to slow things down again. We got a goal by Mikey TT for the Tribe, making that a 1-goal game. Both games we have playing right now, still in the second period. Definitely further ahead. This Bravehearts game, good shot there, but an even better save by Papa. Got a numbers game, strong advantage for the Degenerates, and there it is, not Luigi. But a great finish there, making that a 1-goal game. A game that these Degenerates desperately need to win to maintain a shot at the playoffs, and in no time are we tied back up Tampa Bay with Biggie Otis getting another goal in this evening. Been having a great night. Called his name a lot. 4-4 tie though. Still in the second period for the Tampa Bay and Hangry Moose, and seems like I talk about one game and there's a goal in the other. And Shawnahue, I think we'll get an opportunity here. Had a nail biter with just under 8 seconds left in the second period, headed into what should be nothing short of an exciting third period, but looks like the Degenerates are going to try to make something happen before the end of the period. And Papa says, no, I'm gonna take that into my glove and I'm gonna say no. All right, Hanger Moose in Tampa Bay. Moose, oh, with a nasty goal by Crave Dog. Spin move like Michael Vick in 04 Madden. Maybe dating myself there.
Hello there, Mr. BA.
Oh, is that a hoagie?
It is a hoagie.
My friend, you were playing lights out tonight. 9 points in that final game alone.
It was a great team night, a big 3-0 night for the team, and it was a very big help. And yeah.
You know, you guys played great. You know, if we're gonna have to deal with a season with no slicers, then you know you guys are definitely gonna put your mark on this final season, or at least what'll be a temporary final season.
Well, you never know; things could change.
Hey, that's the joy that I have, and the hope that I have that I don't have to imagine a VVHL season without Hoagie as an owner.
But you know, sometimes the pizza shop also needs a break.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta close down, turn it into a hair salon, something. Just really change it up.
How are these last couple games here looking right now?
We are being treated to some great games right now. We did have a lag out for the Portage and Angry Birds game, but the Hangry Moose up 6-4 to the Tribe, and then a tie game in what is going to be very important. The Degenerates haven't won one yet tonight, so they're trying
They have
to
not
pick.
won one.
So they're trying to pick one up against the Bravehearts here, who were able to win one against the Blue Dragons in the first game.
No, it's always a blast being able to hop on media for, even though it might not be a long time, but you know.
Okay, might not be a long time, but here for a good time.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, like you said, I was actually saying it before we kicked off the games tonight. The Slicers and yourself, but you seem to permeate that throughout your team. As the night goes on, you play better. As the game goes on, you play better. And it seems like towards the latter half of the season, and you get into the playoffs, that is prime Hoagie time. So
Well,
it's
it's you know,
proof's in the pudding.
it's nice to have team success too, and we changed. Oh, big goal from Wax there, getting the Tribe back within one as we're speaking here. Um, it is, it's great to have great teammates, and we switched up some lines, and it worked great last week, and we're hoping that it's going to work great this week to hopefully not get us out from having to play a top, a top 3 team, and hopefully give us. I mean, every playoff matchup is going to be tough this season, no matter who you play. But hopefully it gives us a little bit more breathing room on either playing like the Tribe or the Dragons or South Beach. I mean, we're going to have to play one of those 3, but that will be determined after tomorrow to see who, right? If we can hold on to the 6th spot, but if we happen to get into the 7th spot, we're going to have to play a top 2 team and grind it out.
I can't imagine anybody in those top 3 teams is saying, well, yeah, I'd love to play Hoagie and the Slicers right now. And I know you're preaching team, and I give you all the credit in the world, not just because you're preaching it, but because you're the team that maintained everybody this season, and that chemistry is definitely showing through.
Well, we drafted me and Buck drafted a very veteran group, I guess you could say. I mean, Tunic, he's been here for multiple seasons. Collier has been like my right hand man since I've owned. Swally, who has been excellent for us this season. Um, Baba Hash scoring there for Portage as we're talking. And I mean, Patty Kaner, we had a little bit of a slow start, but since the lineup changed last week, he's been starting to show his potential. And I mean, we've got veteran Norris winner Hatfield on the back end with Buck. I mean, it's a well-rounded team. We've had some bumps and bruises along the way, but I'm sure all teams have, and hopefully we've got them fixed up before playoff time.
Well, I am going to be watching with bated breath because the Slicers in the playoffs are always a joy to watch. And also, you bring a very critical game planning element in how you structure your team when you get into those series, and you seem to find a way to make a 7-game series a requirement for you guys each and every season.
If if it puts too much stress on me every season, to be honest with you, BA,
I
because
believe it.
I mean, the overtime game, breakaway, oh, big save by Mikey Diesel there, and yeah, no, it just seems like the Slicers are just like to push series to the limit, I guess. I mean, last season we pushed the Dragon to 7. The season before, oh, big goal from Jan Mac there with the Bravehearts.
Able to tie it
The
up.
Yeah, the season before we went to 7, 7 with Savannah, 6 with Moscow. No, I'm sorry, the Cookies, and then eventually ended up losing to the Dragons in 6. A big goal by Bubba Hash there, and
Yeah,
yeah, no, we
Bubba's
just
been having a big game.
yeah, big goal there by Biggie Otis. That I've been Hangry Moose game is now officially tied up. But
What
yeah,
up,
no,
boys?
it just seems like we just like to give teams a little run for the money, BA, and like to push it to 7-6. Push it to the breaking point.
Well,
I mean,
you definitely leave me on the edge of my seat every playoff season, but you actually could be in the presence of somebody that you might be facing in the playoffs, depending on how everything shakes out. We're joined by OI Caustic. How you doing?
Going on, buddy?
Can't complain. Can't complain. You were lights out tonight, as was Hoagie. But yeah, I mean, I think you're playing your way into a possible MVP trophy. I'm not trying to jinx you or anything, but man, you've been playing quite well.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, every stream I'm definitely watching Hoagie. I'm watching him closely, making sure he's not creeping up on me too close, cause the guy's a beast.
Don't be modest, Hoagie. Let him have it.
no, it's. I mean, I look at it the same way with Caustic too, man. I mean, we're very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to be teammates with him in sixes, and to have him on my side of the ice for once instead of having to go against him is very fortunate because he's one hell of a player, and it's shown this season. He's had a very big breakout season, um, and he's helping South Beach have one hell of a season. Big
No,
goal there
man,
by Mikey PT to get the tribe in the lead. It's a
that is
huge
a
momentum for him.
massive goal.
And we are possibly 5 seconds away from bonus hockey in what is a critical game for the Degenerates. Tied up 6-6 right now, and we are headed to overtime.
There's a
Degenerates trying to buckle.
lot of critical games going on tonight. Lots
Oh,
of
for sure.
lots of big ones for the seeding pool.
Breakaway for Crave Dog,
Oh
beauty
man,
backhand, and he
Crave Dog does
scores.
not disappoint.
You cannot let the reigning MVP winner slide in like that and tie up the game.
He just does not disappoint. Showing why he was the first pick.
It's a
And
guy
why
you
we
can.
all say Crave Dog doing Crave Dog things.
That's a guy
Indeed.
you can. That's a guy you can trust to have on the ice at any point to get you those big goals.
Indeed.
We've got
Got whacked.
Portage up 4-2 here over the Angry Birds.
A lot of offensive pressure right here for the Tribe. Shot goes wide.
Oh boy.
Able to maintain possession. Oh,
Big
uh-oh.
save there
What a
by I'm not
save.
sure who's the net for the Tribe, but they just
I
shut
believe
down
that's
Big Trouble.
Yo-Yo.
Mikey PT the other way, and he scores. Short glove side on Diesel, 8-7.
Big goal
With
by
4
Mikey.
minutes left.
But we've had 3 quick goals back to back to back there for Tribe and Moose.
It's
We are
barn
in
burnings like
overtime.
these that make you get on the edge of your seat.
100%. And
But, I mean, the league has shown that a lot this season. Lots of competitive games, lots of competitive matchups. I'm looking forward to the playoffs, but I'm not looking forward to who I have to play against. And
oh,
jam back. Bravehearts win it in overtime.
wow.
That's a big
2 big
win for
wins.
them, man.
Yeah, able to win earlier tonight against the Blue Dragons, able to take this one in overtime.
Um,
That's critical, especially against the Degenerates who haven't been able
we
to
got a
secure a win.
we got a Hangry Moose penalty shot coming up here, Johnny
John
Gameboy.
Gameboy. Big diving poke
Oh
save.
my God, what a save! Crawford is standing on his head. Whoever's in net for the Tribe, playing terrific.
It is Yo-Yo. That's prime goalie play all season long from him. One-on-one. Oh, good play.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Oh, hey, I'm muted in Discord. Hey, I was talking to the stream, but not you guys.
Hey,
What is good?
these games are very good.
Yes, sir. Man, this is such a tough league now.
Oh my God, Crave Dog
Crave
with
Dog,
a
finding
tying
a
goal
foul
in the
ball.
last 20 seconds.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness.
Wow.
That
What I
game-
missed
that
tonight?
game
What's
is not
going on
good.
around the league? Those Dutchmen played super well, man. That was... Man, oh, man, oh, man. That was a tough game against them for sure. They got a good thing going on there. We're in trouble in degenerate land here, but we got a good line coming up tomorrow. So good luck to those boys.
Yeah, Bravehearts are playing their strongest hockey of all season. It feels like this tonight, and I'm sure they'll carry that into tomorrow.
That was a tough game there too. We got a bit of a tough bounce that took us into overtime, and they capitalized.
Bravehearts had a
Well,
big win against the Dragons earlier, no?
I
Yeah.
saw
Yep.
that too. That's crazy. I looked over and
Wow.
honestly, because we were watching the out of town scores while we were playing, but
Yeah.
I glance over and no offense to the Bravehearts, but I saw 5-0, and I was like, oh man, those Dragons are doing pretty darn good. And then I look away and I look back and I'm like, oh fudge.
Yeah, I think we were all the same way. I mean, I know I'm speaking for everyone in South Beach. We were all watching the stream. We're like, oh my God, the Bravehearts are up 5-0. Like, wow.
That was a big
I mean, it's a
game.
hell of a team, but man, that Dragons team is no joke, obviously.
Hello,
And
Mr.
they were-
Shawnahue. Good evening.
Hello, hello, hello.
They were still facing like SETI and Ovi, and it's not like they were facing. And
Oh, yeah.
I would say is
I
fantastic.
think the lineup was Steady, OV, Section, and Dunk. So that's a top
damn
line.
good
Just
line.
missing Carney.
Did
Yeah.
Carney not play tonight?
I think his
I
power
think he
went
had a
out.
power outage. Yeah,
Yeah.
game 1 power outage.
Did he make it
Oh.
into the game?
Yeah, he played games 2 and 3. I believe so. That's what Steady was saying.
Did he make it into? Did he play game one? Like, were they in game one when he lagged out?
I think so. Not 100%.
I know there's a bunch of lag outs tonight. I gotta go in and fix a bunch of stuff. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that till tomorrow. So everybody,
Yeah.
hold on to your butts until tomorrow morning, and we'll know the playoff picture and who's where.
I think
Yeah,
they
Sean's having a
tried-
great night tonight.
There was a
I
lot.
think they
Big
tried.
save by Mikey Diesel. I know we had one against the Hangry Moose.
Did the Bravehearts not have 2 restarts in one game? In the
I
first
think the
one?
Bravehearts had like 3.
I genuinely,
Are you-
I understand people want to see the stats, like right away, and I would 100% do it. But if there's a bunch, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get to it tonight. So it'll be done first thing tomorrow morning.
That Bravehearts Dragons game made me take screenshots of all of our games. I was worried.
So what was the other big game I was thinking of?
Oh,
the
Mikey
Tribe
PT.
winning.
Oh, Mikey PT in overtime, man. Wow, that's a big win for them. That is
Mike's
a big.
been having himself an evening. He's playing
Of
great all the
course.
way throughout, as if that's shocking.
Oh yeah, I'm getting a message here from January. Said the first Bravehearts Dragons game did have 2 restarts.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be a lot to fix tomorrow.
I don't think they
Hopefully
got.
they took
far into it.
screenshots.
No, like it all goes into an API spreadsheet, and we go into the back end and fix it. It just takes time to use their like combination tool that puts everything together and all that. So it's just some manual work, but it's not the end of the world by any means.
I don't think they got very far into either game, so it shouldn't be too tough.
That'll be good then. Oh, I've never actually had to combine 3 games before, so that'll be interesting.
Nice little science experiment.
Mm-hmm. Just all the power goes out in North America.
All right, boys. I'm going ahead and hop off. Got a call
Yeah.
in the early night.
Hey, everybody,
Um,
give a big old round of applause to these beauties for doing all the commentating tonight. First of all, BA starting things off and running solo for a while there, eh?
Yeah, but hey, it was my honor, and I'm so glad that Caustic and Hoagie joined. I appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, appreciate you boys. And
Had to keep you some
Caustic,
company, buddy.
how'd the snipers do tonight?
We were on our game tonight, man. Me and Mewtwo we were clicking on all cylinders. We won all three. We were buzzing.
Damn, you guys have been, man. There's gonna be so many good playoff matchups, man. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were watching every game closely, especially this last tribe game. We were watching it.
Yeah. So are you guys tops then?
What do you mean?
Like top of the league points wise then?
No, we're second place. I think if
Okay.
Tribe would have lost that one, we would have gotten it, but yeah, that Bravehearts win against the Dragons was definitely a big help.
Big help right there, yeah.
Thank you, Bravehearts. But yeah, the playoffs are gonna be fun, man. How it's rounding out, it's gonna be pretty crazy. Seems like you don't really want to play any team.
No,
Every
even
team got the firepower.
I'll tell you right now, with the teams that we were facing, the Dutchmen and the Bravehearts, and then the fight they've been putting up, we kind of
yeah.
felt comfy in eighth for a while there. Like 2 weeks ago, I think we had like a double-digit lead, and we were like, yeah. And then I think, oh, criminy,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, you
won
can never
one
count
game
them
in
Dutch
regulation in the past 2 weeks. Personally, I'm 1-5. Oh, it hurts.
Yeah, you can never count them Dutchmen out. I love them boys over there.
Yeah.
Hell of a squad last
Well,
season.
Yeah, the show they put on last season should be more than enough to tell you exactly what's up.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, you guys have a good rest of your night.
Yes,
too.
sir. Yes, sir.
Catch you boys tomorrow.
Take care. Take care. It'll be a great job tonight. Running so there, Hoagie. Thank you for joining. We will have all the stats fixed tomorrow morning, and then you'll get a full picture of how the playoffs are shaping up heading into the last 3 games of season 7 tomorrow, and then we will get our clear playoff picture. What a night it's going to be. Join us here again tomorrow. We'll be bringing you all the action. Who joined here? I heard somebody join.
I've been just sitting here, brother.
Oh, it's Mr. B-Mac. How'd the Sewer Kings do tonight?
3-0-0. We're
Oh
1-1 in the
goodness.
last 4 weeks.
Wow.
Hey,
Just on a roll, eh?
And Slices
Yes, sir,
also went
brother.
3-0
Uh,
tonight.
I think we took 3rd place.
Wow. Geez, there's so many good teams heading into the playoffs. It's going to be crazy. Unfortunately,
seems
I
like
got
everybody's on a roll.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you're good with it.
Unfortunately, I've got some things to do here tonight, so I got to end the stream a little quick. But appreciate you, B-Mac, for joining, Hoagie for joining, Caustic for kicking around. Was there anybody else that joined that I didn't know from before?
I do not think so.
All right. Well, then, hey, in that case, big claps all around for the man of the show tonight, Mr. B.A. Superhero, bringing that action to you. 12 games,
for
and we
having
got.
me.
Hey, you're the man, dude. And there's trying to formulate my thoughts into a sentence. Yeah, we'll be bringing you 12 more games tomorrow, 3 more quad box games, and then I think as the night goes on, we'll update the playoff picture for you and see which games are going to come down to the wire, who's going to make the playoffs, who's not, who's going to be seated where. It's all going to be amazing. Quick little round table here, though. Biz, anything from yourself?
Biz?
Nothing from me, Sean. You're super cool and I believe handsome. Thank you, Biz. BA, how about yourself?
I can't complain. I had a great evening. It was a lot of great games, and looking forward to see how everything shakes out. And got to say thank you to Hawks for the gifted subs, 5 of them.
Yes, sir.
To close it
Hawks
out.
coming in with 5 gifted at the end of the night. Appreciate you, buddy. As always, any red set goes into the league. Yada, yada, yada. We don't see a pattern. But sorry, finish it off there, BA.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I just giving credit to Hawks there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Hawks, again. Appreciate the heck out of you. And some very deserving people getting a Jam Mac, Buck, Tearless, Infinite, and Boss. Shout out Infinite as well for the graphics again tonight. That man is the man. Thank you so much, Infinite. But yeah, join us here tomorrow, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Actually, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as we run a 15-minute run-in into the games that will end the Season 7 regular season. And then, boom, we're right into playoffs next Tuesday, baby. It's going to be great. So thank you so much for watching tonight, everybody. Thank you so much to BA, Biz, Caustic, Hoagie, Infinite Madness, and all you out there for the great action tonight. Appreciate the heck out of all of you. Y'all have a great Tuesday night, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you there. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.
Adios.